Hey everybody, I'm here with some Legendary Annihilation updates. We got a ton of new card images released today, including 3 high-resolution versions of the cards that we were teased already. So we're going to start by looking at those 3 and then show you the rest of the new cards for Legendary Annihilation, starting with Annihilus' Mastermind card. He's got Mass Momentum 2, which seems to be a variation on a keyword called Momentum instead of its own thing, kind of like how Abomination was modified in Realm of Kings. He always leads the Annihilation wave, and correction from last time, for a 1-player solo game you use 6 henchmen in the game, not instead of the Annihilation wave, but 6 henchmen total for the game. His Master Strike is, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a bystander, Annihilus captures it. If it's a villain, it enters the city, captures a bystander, and moves forward in extra space before doing any ambush ability. And his base attack is 10. We get to look at some more Annihilation Wave villains this game, so we're going to get to those, but first, the 2 heroes that were revealed already. Alright, let's look at Silver Surfer and Thing again, the 2 common cards of their respective hero groups, Heralds of Galactus and Fantastic Four United. Silver Surfer is a ranged card with 2 recruit and cost 4. He has focus 2 recruit, draw a card, then you may move a villain to an adjacent city space. If another villain is already there, swap them. This could be useful in fighting against Annihilus' Mastermind card, and probably Momentum when we find out more about what that does. Thing is a strength card, Fantastic Four team affiliated. He has 2+ recruit, 0+ attack, and 4 cost. He's got a superpower here, Fantastic Four, you get 1 recruit, and then focus 3 recruit, you get 2 attack. So it looks like he does best, obviously, when there's other Fantastic Four heroes there to get him that 3 recruit to use focus and get that 2 attack. Alright, now we get to look at the rest of the cards for the Fantastic Four United hero team, starting with Human Torch. He is the 2nd common card in Fantastic Four United, of course Fantastic Four affiliated, and he is a ranged hero, much like his other hero set. 2 recruit, 0+ attack, and 4 cost. He's got 2 focus abilities. Focus 2 recruit, KO up to 2 wounds from your hand and or discard pile, and then focus 6 recruit, you get 6 attack and gain a wound. So he has his own self-contained wound gain and mitigation. Another wound mitigation hero is very, very welcome. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen KO up to 2 wounds before on a card, so that's really cool to see. And the focus 6 recruit directly into 6 attack is nice, even though we get the wound because he can get rid of him. So a great 2nd common card for this hero set. Speaking of the last 2 characters in this hero set, let's look at the couple that we've all been waiting for, Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic. One thing to notice is that these card classes are Covert and Tech. The previous 2, Torch and Thing, were Ranged and Strength. So that means the only class we do not get in this hero set is Instinct, but they have the other 4. Both of these cards are Fantastic Four affiliated, of course. Looking at Invisible Woman, she is Covert affiliated, like I mentioned. She has 2+ recruit and she costs 4. Her mechanic is, if you played any other cards that cost 4 this turn, you get +2 recruit, which works very well with nearly every card in this hero set. Focus 4 recruit, rescue a bystander, then you may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. So we've got more bystander rescuing to rack up those victory points, and then also she has a way to KO cards. So a lot of utility in this card, a great card to get with really most any setup, especially other 4-cost cards like the other cards in this set or Invisible Woman's hero set from Fantastic Four. And of course, Mr. Fantastic is the rare in this set. He is Tech, he's got 2 recruit, 0 attack, and cost of 7. He says draw 2 cards and then focus 5 recruit, you get 7 attack, usable only against the Mastermind. So if you didn't notice, every single one of these cards in this hero set have recruit on them, and they all have focus abilities. So anything else that has focus, including the old Fantastic Four set, is going to work really well with this set, getting lots and lots of recruit, and you can turn it into attack whenever you want. Not the best set if you're using something like Berserk because they don't have any actual printed attack value on them, but very versatile in how you use them. I'm very excited to try these guys out. But that's not all. We have even more heroes to look at, including Stardust from the Heralds of Galactus. Stardust is the uncommon card in this set, a covert card with a printed 4 recruit and 0 attack, much like the Fantastic Four cards, printed recruit, no attack, and a cost of 6. The effects on the card are Focus 4 Recruit, Rooftops Conqueror 4. Conqueror is a returning keyword, which means if there's any villain on that specific city space, then the card that has Conqueror gets 4 attacks. This is interesting. You can spend 4 Recruit to get 4 attack, but only if there's a villain on the rooftops. Then we have a focus effect we've never seen before, Focus 11. Search the hero deck, HQ, or your deck or discard pile for Galactus Hungers and put it on top of your deck. Shuffle any deck you searched. I would only guess that Galactus Hungers is the rare card in this set, and that's pretty cool. So Stardust, as one of the Heralds of Galactus, can basically summon Galactus and get the rare in your deck, not just in the HQ. That's pretty incredible. I wonder what the recruit cost is going to be on Galactus if you just wanted to recruit him normally. It's really cool to see a very high cost but high reward effect like this, which should be possible with other high recruit heroes like Fantastic Four United. Speaking of Fantastic Four heroes, we got our first look at 2 of the 3 remaining hero sets in Annihilation, featuring Franklin and Valeria Richards, otherwise known here as Cylord and Brainstorm. Here we see one of the common cards of each. Looking on the left at Cylord, he's got Interdimensional Rescue, Fantastic Four affiliated, of course, both of them are. He is Covert, 2 attack, 4 cost. He has Focus, 1 Recruit. Reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a bystander, you get 2 attack. Rescue it, and shuffle the top card from the bystander stack into the villain deck. And then we have Man Out of Time as a superpower with a Covert card being played first. Man Out of Time is a keyword returning for the first time from the Captain America 75th Anniversary expansion. Is this potentially a hint towards a somewhat time-travel-y mastermind? Who knows? But in this case, it means if you trigger Man Out of Time, you get to play this card a second time at the beginning of your next turn. And because they both use it, if you use them together, that could set up the following turn to be very powerful. And even though this won't add more bystanders to the villain deck than were already there because you basically swap them, this does increase the chances of getting a special bystander in there, which could be very useful. And it'll let you get more victory points for your game. So a lot of interesting deck-altering utility here. Now onto Time Loop Experiments Brainstorm. She has an effect similar to her father with drawing cards. She's got 1 Recruit and 2 cost. Draw a card, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. She's got Woman Out of Time for tech. And some flavor text here, the best way to predict the future is if it's already in the past. This will work well with heroes like Gambit that also help set up the deck, and if you're using Cylord and Brainstorm together, it looks like you'll be able to manipulate not just the villain deck, but your own deck as well. Really cool to have things like that, and the focus on Stardust to summon cards. A lot of manipulation of the decks in this expansion. I like that a lot. And the last card to be revealed today is the only villain card we get to see, Weaponized Galactus. We saw the art previously, and here is the card. He is a villain for Annihilation Wave. He's going to cost you 9 attack to defeat. We can see he's got Momentum 9, which is why I mentioned the Mass Momentum on Annihilus is a modification of the Momentum keyword. We're not quite sure what it does. Does it have something to do with bystanders or things moving through the city? I can't wait to find out. He does have an ambush effect. Weaponized Galactus swaps places with the leftmost villain in the city, which if you have the full city means he's very likely to escape, and his escape effect is based on his Master Strike effect for his Mastermind, which is really cool. Escape, destroy the leftmost city space. If this destroys the last city space, evil wins. Otherwise, each player gains a wound, and you shuffle Weaponized Galactus back into the villain deck. Any villain from the destroyed city space escapes. So based on what Momentum is, he could be even more threatening than he is, but right now this is one of the most difficult villains to defeat, could jump right to the end, and he destroys city spaces. Imagine using the Annihilation Wave villain group with Galactus as a mastermind. You can just say goodbye to the city at that point. I imagine when this card comes up, it's going to be a very dramatic moment. I love seeing this, and I can't wait to see more from this set. The last we heard is that Annihilation will likely be releasing in July, which is less than a month away. If there is any more news before that point, I will bring it to you here, so make sure you subscribe for that news. Until then, take care, everyone.